What is up everyone, Crypto Comrade here, back with another video. In this video today I wanted to address something that I've been seeing to be circulating pretty widely now on Twitter and on social media. Everyone suddenly turned into a bear. So everyone was celebrating how Bitcoin was going to go to 1 million in some months, and now everyone seems scared that maybe this is it, maybe this is the top, okay? So in case you didn't watch, I have a video on how to better try to time when the top will be, or at least be more or less aware that the top might be coming. And if you want, I'll link the video up here in the upper right hand corner, and you can take a look. But basically we have this indicator, which is the pi cycle top, we have the moving averages, and we have the deviation from our moving average. And basically if we take a look at what's happening right now, you can see that we haven't crossed yet the moving averages, so we're still, in fact we have a very significant room here. We did, however, cross a little bit above our moving average deviation, but I mean nothing too bad, and plus we've already retraced back into the green zone. And although the pi cycle top might look like it's pretty close, if you go back to 2017, you can see that we're not that close. So the question must remain. So are we entering a bear market? Is this the top? Should we be selling all our possessions and turning it into fiat currency? Well, the short answer, in my opinion, is no. Of course, I can be wrong. I'm not guaranteed to know the future, and I'm not a financial advisor, so nothing of this is financial advice. But let's try to approach this as rational people and trying not to give in on our emotions. So we've already gone through the indicators, and if we take and if use it as an example the history we have, because that's pretty much the only thing we've got, we are still, at least statistically speaking, and looking at the numbers and the charts, we are not there yet. Okay, so it seems only fair that we might, if we have been able to use this indicator so successfully in the past, why should they disappoint us now? Why should they this time be any different? But then again, let's try to put things into perspective, okay? Because I want this to be like a reality check to people that are too in touch with their emotions and are just giving in to the fear and becoming bears overnight, okay? So we had a sell-off, okay? We had a dip. And I mean, apparently, from looking into social media and everything, it seems like it was the biggest dip that Bitcoin ever saw in its entire history. And if you take a look at the drawings, so far the dip has been of 24.31%. Okay, so pretty significant, and I think people felt like it was bigger than usual because we are talking about bigger numbers now. Okay. Because falling 24% now means falling from 58,000 to 43,000. Okay, so that's a big drop. But need I remind you that just a few months ago, we dropped a lot more. We dropped 32%. Okay, we dropped from 40,000 or 42,000 to 29,000. Okay, but in absolute terms, in absolute numbers, it looked smaller, but in actual percentage terms, it was bigger. And should we be worried? I mean, is this like normal behavior? So once again, we should try to look at history and try to see what happened in 2017. And if we come back here, so this white line marks the time we crossed the previous all-time high, okay? And since the previous all-time high was crossed about here in March 2017, we had an almost 40% drop, followed by another 40% drop, followed by another 30% drop. So if anything, I would say that the drop now is quite smaller than it was before. Okay, we've seen Bitcoin here drop from 3,000 to 1,800, but this seems small now because it looks like it was just $1,200. Well, now we were dropping 10K at a time. So just a few months ago, just put things into perspective, guys. Just a few months ago, we were struggling to break 20K, and now 15K, or more or less 15K, is 24% of the total drop. Okay, so I mean, Bitcoin is growing, and it's growing in a very usual fashion. I mean, this is nothing that we haven't seen before. So honestly, I'm not worried at all. I haven't touched my Bitcoin. In fact, I haven't touched my altcoins because I'm expecting the usual. I'm expecting that Bitcoin will go down and then it will rebound, and it will rebound to higher levels. According to my expectations, we should see, I mean, if we have just 24% drop, this is actually great news, because it means that Bitcoin is becoming less volatile. So the drops are getting a little bit smaller, okay? But if we do in fact end up dropping 30%, which is be more or less in par with what happened in early January, we should reach around $40,000, okay? And I'm expecting a bounce from there, and then the target I'm expecting is around here, around $76,000 to $80,000 per Bitcoin, okay? So I just wanted to give some perspective and try to take you off that, try not to be guided by your emotions, okay? Just try to look rationally at the data, and you will see that the drops have actually been much larger, and they actually happen during a bull run. That doesn't mean that the bull run is over, okay, guys? We still have a long way to go. Honestly, I think this could be around a quarter to 2/3 of the way to the top, okay? So we still have a long way to go. And besides looking at charts, you should really try to look at objective data too, from knowledgeable people. And I mean, what are the millionaires? What are the people that have built a vast amount of wealth in the last years? What are they doing? Are they also selling? Are they scared? Or are they actually buying? Are they actually buying the Bitcoin that you are selling to them? And if you take a look at the news, it's not hard to find something to go hand in hand with what I'm saying. You should be aware, if you're not, I'll tell you that Canada has recently started an Bitcoin ETF. So we're going to have Bitcoin being traded in the Canadian Stock Exchange. And in just 9 days, they've passed from 0 Bitcoin holdings to a whopping 10,000 Bitcoins, okay? So they are currently now have $624 million in assets under management in 9 days, okay? So this is pretty big, guys. So interest in Bitcoin from institutional investors and people who are used to this type of world, they're actually buying, they're not selling, okay? And we've just seen recently Square, the company behind Twitter, it's not behind Twitter, but it's affiliated with Jack Dorsey, the owner of Twitter, has recently bought 100 million Bitcoin. And MicroStrategy, from our best sponsor, Michael Saylor, the biggest institutional advocate of Bitcoin, has recently bought $1 billion in Bitcoin, okay? So they are buying big, okay? Do you think they would be buying this big if they thought that the price was gonna go crashing down 50 or 40 or 60%? That just doesn't seem logical to me. I would rather follow the guys who are used to this type of thing than the guys on Twitter who just have been in this for a couple of months and they think they know it all, okay? So I just wanted to get this quick message out so that you can relax and enjoy the ride instead of being stressed, okay? So there's no need to constantly be checking your portfolio every 5 minutes to see if Bitcoin is starting to go up, okay? If you understand the fundamentals, if you understand what's the purpose of Bitcoin and what's the purpose of blockchain, it should be pretty much irrelevant to you if we are at 46,000, at 20,000, or at 3,000, okay? The values are exactly the same, except people are pricing it differently. But if you zoom out and if you look at Bitcoin since its inception, it's a no-brainer that it's been always going up, okay? In the long run, it has never gone down, okay? So be peaceful, be irrational, and don't give in to your emotions, and try not to give in to the FUD that goes around, not only on Twitter, but mostly on the news, okay? That's it for today, guys. Peace out. Until next time.